Just days after the Super Bowl, New Orleans hires Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore as the new head coach. 6 years of experience as an offensive coordinator, including 1 year in Philly. New Orleans then did something it never does, ever. It selected a quarterback early in the draft. Tyler Shuck went 40th overall, the first time they've drafted a quarterback in the opening 2 rounds since Archie Manning, all the way back in 1971. And the timing of that pick was really good because Derek Carr announced his retirement from the NFL in May, played just 10 games last season, fewest in any of his 11 seasons. And you've seen a lot of quarterbacks coming in and out of that locker room, facing them on the other side. Yeah. What stands out to you about the current group that you have?
Man, young, a lot of potential, a lot of hope. And in this building, we bring in a new head coach with Kellen Moore, and you knew the quarterback he was at Boise State, to him being a quarterback for the Cowboys and myriad of other teams. And he goes, drafts a guy and practically almost like in the first round, really. Yeah. It's the 40th overall pick. Second round, but you also got Spencer Rattler. You also got Jake Haener. We brought in Hunter Decker. Yeah. It's just nothing but youth.
No kidding.
So we're talking about wide-eyed kids, but that's just it. They're not playing like that. We only had OTAs, but each one of them made some throws that you're like, okay, I see some stuff. Now let's add on pads. I won't test anybody until you've gone through live bullets. Yep. But I like what we're seeing early. Yeah. We're talking about Tyler Shuck is making all the right throws at the outs, the check downs, timing-wise, good stuff. You're talking about Spencer Rattler. I'm high on Spencer Rattler myself.
Yeah, so what did you see in those 6 starts from him?
Spencer's got that competitive, want to. He's got that grit. Yeah. You know, but same with Tyler Shuck, though. But his is more like a subtle, he's understanding everything. He's comprehending at a high level. I don't think we're in a bad place in terms of the future of what they can do.
It's so interesting to not have a veteran. You look at all the quarterback rooms around the league, and there's at least one veteran.
Yeah, it's definitely a different approach, right? I guess the veteran quarterback in that room is probably Kellen Moore, right? Who's the youngest head coach in the NFL now, just 36 years old, and a guy who, of course, played, as you mentioned, Cam. Chuck will be an interesting one, right? So he's young. Your quarterback room is inexperienced, but he was a 25-year-old player when drafted. He'll be 26 by week 4 this past year. I thought coming out of Louisville, the arm talent was right there. I mean, probably second to Cam Ward, only amongst the quarterbacks in this year's draft class. And a lot of people talk about, hey, basically 1 full season as a starter in 7 college years. There were 2 ways to look at that. Either was he not good enough to be a consistent starter? Was he not healthy enough? Or could you say, maybe relative to most rookie quarterbacks, he comes in with having seen a lot. Not as many quarterbacks have as much experience, seeing some of the stuff that Tyler Shuck saw. I think that the processing definitely stood out to evaluators during the pre-draft process,
kind of like Bo Nix last year, right? A lot of experience coming in.
Yeah. Always seen a lot.
I'm curious because Field made the joke about Kellen Moore being the most experienced quarterback in the building. From Kellen Moore as a first-year head coach, what is it? How has he rebuilt the culture? What is he like as a head coach? Because we know how great of an offensive mind he is. We've seen it in other stops. But as a head coach, what have you seen so far?
I mean, a lot like businesses or even how the country's ran. You could have a president, a face of everything, but it's about your cabinet. Who are you building behind you? And I think we've got a great OC. I think we got a great DC. I think we have great position coaches. And, of course, you have the players. You got guys that have won at a high level. We bring in Justin Reed on the defensive side. Offensive side, you got a healthy Rashid Shaheed, as well as a Chris Olave. We bring in a veteran presence in Brandon Cooks. We've got speed on the offensive side. You talk about Alvin Kamara, who's year in, year out is one of the best backs.
He's like ageless wonder. Yeah.
He's amazing.
You add
he's kind of like Miller. The ageless wonder, right? I mean, seriously.
We just work well.
And you guys have the second easiest schedule in the NFL.
I'm not here for none of that. That's a whole this second easiest schedule. And then half of always
She's just setting you up. She's just setting you up.
They all go to the playoffs.
NFC West, AFC East, first 6 games. I'm just saying, wide open division.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get any primetime games. I guess. It's okay at the end of the season. It's up to us and it's up to the Saints to change that mindset.
Listen, your body is holding up, but as a fellow guy in his 30s, those primetime games, staying up till 11:30 midnight, not easy to do.
Bad for you. No, I love when,
like those.
As long as the lights is on and they shine the brightest, I love that.
Yeah. You missed it. Rookie quarterback Jaxson Dart had this to say about the Giants' quarterback plan.
They've had this blueprint and they've done it with different quarterbacks, and you've seen them succeed at the highest level. So I trust them. And, for me, I'm just trying to be the most coachable player that I can. I want to play well in the offense. I want to be able to, manage it and operate it at the highest level. I'm not looking for results immediately. I'm a process-driven person, so I'm just taking it day by day, rep by rep.
See, they have Russ Wilson there too. So, Field, what should the blueprint be for this fella?
Yeah, I mean, Hannah, the best blueprint for Jaxson Dart is he doesn't play at all this year. You know why? Because Russ Wilson's playing so great that the team is saying, why would we fix what isn't broken? That being said, if we manage expectations a little bit more realistically, Russell Wilson at this stage of his career with the Giants roster and the Giants schedule this season, very, very daunting. So I think the blueprint is let Russell Wilson begin the season. When it becomes clear that the 2025 year may not be defined by wins and losses, but rather by the development of this young quarterback and the promise that you see from him, that to me could be the most important thing that Giants fans take away from this upcoming year. I can't put a specific date on it. Is it going to be week 5? Is it going to be week 8? It will remind people of where we were last year with the Patriots, where it was at some point Drake May is going to start. When will it happen? A lot of last year was a wash for the Patriots. Drake May's promise was not. The Giants are hoping for the same thing from Jaxson
It's
Dart.
good to have the luxury of not having to start him away. Jameis Winston, he's in that locker room as well. Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton spoke to the media, and he let us in on what the conversations have been like with Jameis.
It's so hard to describe. It's just like how I'm talking right now, he'll be talking just like this, and it's just the random thoughts that come to his head and they just come out. And it's like, we were talking about, a slant. How did we get to Kentucky Fried Chicken? It's like just hard lefts.
Okay, does that sound familiar? You played with Jameis for 4 seasons.
I don't know, but nothing about no Kentucky Fried Chicken. Maybe Louisiana Popeyes, but
there you go. Oh, so good. And the red beans? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Happy Juneteenth.
But yes.
When I think about Jameis Winston, man, there's been so many times where I'm like, man, who's not recording this? Like, this is what you want to see in a person, in a man, and so, like whatever it is. If you need a friend and you need somebody to be bought in, that's Jameis Winston. My kids and his kids have been at flag football games, and he'll be talking to his son. I'm like, ooh, that's a good one. Hey, listen to him. Listen to him. Hey, it doesn't pertain to you. Listen to him. Let's let him learn these mistakes. Let's learn from this situation. He gives these anecdotes, and you're just like, okay. I don't even know what we're running for, but I'm willing to run for you.
Everything you hear about him, he's a great guy to have in the locker room.
Absolutely.
He really is. Jaguars, as you know, selecting two-way star Travis Hunter, number 2 overall after he played receiver and cornerback full-time at Colorado. His onboarding strategies starting with offense, progressively seeing an uptick in reps on defense. Here's their GM, James Gladstone, on his rookie.
He does not tire. He has got a spark. He has got the energy, the capacity from a physical standpoint. Just to be able to do it is certainly there. Certain game plans might dictate usage differently. So time will truly tell, and I don't know that one game to the next is going to be the exact same, but putting a number on it at this stage is, I think, probably premature.
So he does not tire. That's a good thing, considering what he wants to try to do. What are your thoughts about him playing both ways in the NFL?
I mean, why not? He did it in college. He showed excellence. He was such at the top of his positions in both DB and wide receiver. Yeah. You wouldn't say the top, but at somewhere in there.
Okay, but walk us through how truly difficult that would be to do at this level.
I just need to know what position he's starting at. If you say DB, then you have to limit your reps on wide receiver. And if you say wide receiver, then you have to limit your reps at DB. Do I think that he has 120 snaps in him? Yes. For a season, probably. For 10 years, absolutely not.
Right.
Be interesting to see. I think there's a chance, based off some recent comments from James Gladstone, the GM of the Jaguars, that you might see more of Travis Hunter in the offensive meeting rooms, and you might see more of Travis Hunter on the defensive side of the ball on the field, because the instincts for Travis Hunter defensively are so good that he might even be a more natural defensive back. Now, my own evaluation in the pre-draft process with the ceiling was even higher as a wide receiver. I thought the instincts in terms of knowing where he was on the field and where to create running lanes after the catch were so unique. He has this spatial awareness. Where is the pressure coming down on me, and how do I avoid that pressure? How do I avoid these big hits? Because if you see him, he's not super thick. I think he was 189 or 187 pounds at the combine, and you have to protect yourself in that regard. On top of the fact that you're playing 120 snaps, you're not a big player. So I thought that maybe gave him an edge to be potentially, a Pro Bowl level wide receiver. But to be clear, I think the Jaguars are saying, hey, we don't know exactly how it's going to work out because we don't even have pads on.
Yeah.
We'll revisit it week in, week out, and find a rhythm, find a groove.
So I remember being at the Combine, and everybody was talking about Travis Hunter, and he made it clear, you know, I can do both, I can do it all.
Yeah.
And I love the moxie. I love the confidence. But I've seen time and time again rookies come into the NFL, and there's that rude awakening because, oh, the DBs are just as fast as me, or they're more physical than I'm used to.
Yep.
Everybody is, you're talking about the upper echelon of football players in the country, right? So I want to see them try whatever they can. I think corner's probably best, in my opinion. I think I would rather see him just stick to one side of the ball and use him in sort of
Don't limit him.
I don't. It's not about limiting. I think about the toll a season takes on a body.
And she's
you
putting it
mentioned
in perspective of being a rookie.
Absolutely.
Right.
So like
you come in with all come in with all this unbridled passion, and you're like, yes, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then the reality of, oh, the NFL, winning in the NFL is hard. It smacks you in the face. You know.
Absolutely. It's a long season.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long season. But now we've got, you know, college has playoffs, and well, Colorado wasn't part of that, so they didn't have to worry about that. But
But what
neither was
about
Cal.
that transition to a rookie
Absolutely.
season from college?
Yeah, when you're transitioning, that's a long year. You got
Yeah.
OTAs, you got rookie mini camp, you got rookie meals, you got rookie. It's a whole lot of rookie hoopla.
Yeah,
to get to just the regular
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, they're still grinding right now, right?
Right.
Not as intensely as they will in camp.
Hey, look, I tuned most of my success to not having to do that rookie stuff. I was a lockout year. I came into play.
That's right. That's right.
These guys got like
right.
4 months of rookie stuff that they have to get into,
Yeah.
and then they have a long season ahead of them.
Yeah.
And you're telling me he's playing not only on offense but on defense too?
Yeah.
I get it. We have Taysom Hill, and I've seen the work that he puts. You don't know what position you're going to be at, but that's on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
Just one spot.
He's
yeah.
now going to be playing defense and offense. I mean, it's going to be special.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever going to label it generational, but I'm going to label it special.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
a lot of meetings, a lot of different, being in a lot of
Absolutely.
different rooms. I mean, there's so much that goes into it.
I think the Jaguars told us, and I think most people agree, like, when they made the move from 5 to 2, you're not doing that if you're going to play him just at one spot, right? You're doing it because you think there's a chance that you have maybe the best defensive player on your roster at some point soon, and maybe the best offensive player, although Brian Thomas Jr., pretty nasty.
good,
So
pretty good.
it's going to take a lot to get ahead of Brian Thomas Jr. based off what he showed last year.
Yeah, and it's exciting. You're going to sell tickets, right?
Oh, my
like
God.
he's a marquee talent. Everybody's
Totally.
going to want to
Major
see
draw.
when he comes in a game, what
He's
kind of
going to be
packages
dancing on the
and
50-yard line
everything.
on in.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
yeah.
TikToking it
That's
up.
They got
All right.
primetime games. Like, this is
Yeah.
a new era of the Jacksonville Jaguars because of one player, truly.